finals. What do you think is going to be happening now?
Well, on the one hand, we have Pop-Tart and B, consistent partners, brother and sister, play with each other frequently. Very good synergy there. Pit and Peach, both known to be very strong characters. Within the between top 10 and top 20 range, compared with the rest of the cast, generally speaking. Not quite top of top, but definitely you could do a lot worse in picking characters.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, you have Jay Miller and Anarchy, the strongest players that the UK has to offer, playing Luigi, generally known as a top 10 character. Debatable how strong he is now since 1.1.1. And Toon Link, another 10 to 20 character, known to be quite strong, but again, not quite strong enough to break into the top tiers.
Yeah, definitely. Now, this Battlefield pick, I'm not sure how I feel about this. I feel like both teams probably benefit equally from this stage. So this
I would agree with that.
A pretty comfortable neutral, I feel, for both players. Miller has places to land because of the platform.
Same for Anarchy. When he wants to jump into the air and pull out his bombs, he can land, you know, on top of a platform.
Yeah, that was a really good down B by Miller there, able to catch Pop-Tart in the air, you know, quite asleep there. Got a really early kill, and Pop-Tart, B will be losing her first stock. Okay, now, here I'd like to see Pop-Tart perhaps looking more towards Miller, as in the past Pop-Tart has traditionally done quite well against Miller on a 1v1 situation, and I feel like B might be able to handle Anarchy using the Nair to cancel the projectiles, you know, and able to deal with him off stage.
That sounds quite reasonable. I'm inclined to agree with that.
Yeah. There's also something very important to note here, and it's that I believe that Andy's team, I was just
There's
about
the
to say
forward air.
Andy's team and Miller's team does kill a bit earlier, I feel. Miller with the superb punish game on Luigi, able to close out the stock really quickly, and the excellent back air from Pop-Tart, which I think was excellent. So now, once again, this happened when Andy played last time. He held the stock holds every single time. It's because Andy is such a defensive player. He's always so conservative and will continuously zone you.
Especially in doubles.
Exactly. Now, I like what Andy's doing here. He's not interrupting Miller's flow of the game. He's not interrupting what Miller's trying to do. He's just playing against his own opponent and making sure that he keeps them out. Because if he goes into this Miller, he might hit Miller with a stray bomb, mess up his momentum, and get him killed. That could have been a spike there, but a 1-2-90 wouldn't really have been too big a deal. Well, I don't like that double grab from Andy there. The first grab missed because it was too far away.
Oh, he did two grabs?
Yeah,
I thought it was just the one.
Yeah, two grabs, and he went for the second one after the first one with. So I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe he thought Pop-Tart would dash in.
Perhaps, yeah, it's got to be some kind of a hard read, particularly because Toon Link doesn't really have any guaranteed follow-ups from his throws, if any, and Pop-Tart was not at the percent that back throw would be killing.
Exactly.
So kind of an unnecessary risk when looked at in isolation. So I imagine it was some kind of read.
Now, Pop-Tart and Miller, as we just saw there, are very, very frequently on the ledge. They always have these ledge war battles, and I feel like Pop-Tart could be playing them better because I feel like Pit should be taking the advantage over Luigi in that kind of situation. Like there, for example, if I was Pop-Tart there, I would have done a fast fall down there, and I would have killed Miller there and then. But he allowed him to live, and Peach now dies. I didn't see how Peach died though.
I think it was pretty fast and hard, so I imagine it was something like a Toon Link forward air, but I wasn't quite watching myself. I was watching the off-stage fight between Pop-Tart and Miller.
Yeah. See, now B did a good job there covering the ledge, and Pop-Tart got the hit because of that. Now, that was very smart by Miller. Unfortunately, it did cost him his life, but he did have a very good idea there. Because even if he'd been hit, I don't think B would have made it there in time. She is sitting on her last stock, so if I was Miller right now, I'd be focusing my attention on B, making sure that she is the one to die. Because if she goes now, Pop-Tart's forced into a 2-on-1 situation.
Yep. Oh, did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, that did look like very poor DI on Andy's part because he went almost straight up.
I think a big part of it was a bomb explosion at the same time. Yeah,
I didn't notice that.
Yeah. So at the moment, the game is actually looking quite even.
Yeah, as far as stocks are concerned, it's a pretty even game here.
Yeah.
As you can see, Miller and Andy are quite aware of this and the fact that they can die early from a 100+ rage forward air from Peach.
Yeah, definitely showing a lot more conservativeness. I thought they'd be perhaps a bit more aggro, but they're definitely respecting their opponents.
As far as percents are concerned, it's kind of building up for the green team quite quickly.
If
they aren't careful, they can end up losing their stocks to for like from any of Peach's smash attacks or hard-hitting aerials.
What definitely needs to happen here is that either Andy or Miller have to die
There's
first.
the back throw!
The back throw will seal it though. Now, Miller needs to kill 1 or 2 of these. Now, if I was him, I'd be targeting Miller. Miller is at the higher percentage, and Luigi is easier to get. So I definitely can target Miller.
See, and they know this, so they have Anarchy up in front.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about earlier. And Miller's playing support, and Andy's playing rushdown this time. Now, this is actually quite rare, because Tuning won't usually play this kind of role.
Yeah.
But because Miller's in such a dire situation, as we've seen here, now Pop-Tart let him get away with that.
Yeah.
Pop-Tart easily could have gone off stage and then
He shifted his focus towards Anarchy, but he probably should have taken the risk off stage, because at the very least, Luigi was not in a position to try and fight him off stage.
Exactly.
So he could have at least attempted to gimp him off stage and recover to the ledge, worried about Anarchy later.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't like that forward smash from Pop-Tart there. That was
A bit too high commitment.
Oh, I think Pop-Tart...
Oh, but there's that. Is he going to kill him?
There we go.
No.
Also, Pop-Tart can make it back from this.
Okay, now Pop-Tart is in a disadvantaged position, but if he can get down to the ground... Okay, there you go. He's in a nice position now.
Miller knows that the up smash is really good here. Pop-Tart's kind of a hard time landing, but he used the platform as well. Now, I don't want to see anything desperate. No side Bs from Pop-Tart.
Yep.
Nice.
We're down to neutral.
Yep.
There's that up smash. Okay, back air. Okay, good dash attack.
Now I want to see this off stage. I want to see this off stage.
Okay, let's see if he...
The failed edge guard from Pop-Tart. Now
so
that
we've
may
returned
cost
to neutral.
Because Luigi's neutral is stronger than Pip.
Will this do it? Not quite?
No.
Not quite, yeah.
But now I want to see the sledge guarding. I want to see it.
Oh, very good back air from Pop-Tart.
Yes, well done,
Good job.
Excellent.
Managed to pull off the 2v1.
Yep. And that will be the first game going to Pop-Tart and B, the underdogs coming into this game, definitely.
Very well played towards the end
that was absolutely excellent. Excellent 2v1 game by Pop-Tart. Didn't make many overcommitments, didn't really go for anything that was unsafe, and kept his cool. That was 100% the correct thing to do, and he went off stage.
Yeah.
That's something that he wasn't doing during the game enough, and I feel like it really, it paid off for him there. He managed to clutch out the win.
Exactly.
So yeah, that was absolutely excellent. Now, where do you think Miller and Andy will go?
Where will they go? Now, it's quite interesting because I would say for the majority of that game, Miller and Anarchy had the, shall we say, lead in terms of stock and percent, or both of them combined. So I'm not sure I'd say Battlefield was a bad choice necessarily. But it seemed that towards the end, they were getting killed quite early, having their percentage racked up, especially on their final stocks.
I definitely feel like B was juggling very well on the platform.
Very well, yeah.
But now they've chosen to go for basically FD Omega Battlefields. I can actually see why they do this.
Yeah, I think this is a fair choice considering how the Battlefield game turned out towards the end.
During that too,
there's the up B.
Damn, that's B losing a stock.
That's
really
going to put the red team a little bit behind so early.
So something really important happened during that last game, especially during the 2v1. Did you notice how Pop-Tart was able to abuse the platform slot for landing?
Yes.
There was an up smash that Miller did that would have connected if the platform wasn't there. He ran for it. He thought that Pop-Tart would go on down to the ground, but because he had that platform, he was able to avoid
back to the platform.
Yeah, that's really, really important.
Now, we kind of saw a similar scenario to this last time, where B was kind of falling behind faster than any other player. So I would kind of like to see her... I'm not sure if turtle is the right word for it, but maybe play a little bit more defensive and kind of get away from Miller. You're seeing Miller kind of bully her in a sense and try and rack up as much percent as possible and kill her early.
Oh, good F smash.
Yeah, there's the somewhat early F smash kill.
Now, the main reason I think they're targeting B is because it's no secret that B is probably the, not so much the weak link, but the least experienced player currently on the table. Now, the main thing here is that Miller and Andy both know this now. They're both like, okay, you know what? If we can get stocks off her, she'll be forced to take them from Pop-Tart. So we won't have to deal with Pop-Tart directly.
Exactly.
And that's a very common strategy in doubles. You deal with the person who you think's the weakest. Now, obviously player skill does matter a lot in doubles, but there are a lot of strategies that can make up for it. Pop-Tart and B, overall, probably they're not on the same caliber as Andy and Miller, but, they're keeping up. While they're working, obviously, B and Pop-Tart both losing really early stocks there. So, you know, this is probably looking to go to a game 3, unfortunately, as this deficit is quite big. But you never know, maybe some early kills, perhaps, you know, some momentum builds, they could do it.
Oh, there's a Cyclone.
There's B losing the stock.
There's Miller losing his first stock.
Now,
but still, 4 stocks to 2 is not a good situation at all.
If I was being Pop-Tart, I'd definitely be thinking about this game 3 right now. Where would I want to go? Where do they look to be showing the most holes in their gameplay? What is it that makes them so vulnerable? Like, I know I said they got a lot of juggles in the early game. Perhaps they should look for more stages for platforms, perhaps for that game 3. But again, it's really, really dependent on where they feel comfortable.
Exactly. Pop-Tart at 105% on his final stop. Wants to be a bit more careful now, especially since he seems to be fighting Miller. There you go, there's that up smash. Okay, not quite. Nothing on the rage modifier, so not quite enough to kill there. Wants to be careful. If he gets hit by a smash attack from Luigi now, he's pretty much done.
Yeah. Or the forward throw, not enough to kill Toon Link at 155. It's mainly Peach's back throw which kills in this game. So it's unfortunate we couldn't
failed edge guard from Pop-Tart, yeah.
So basically B's on her own now. They're definitely looking towards that game 3. I definitely think that against these 2 characters in particular, like a lot of people don't like going to the stage, but I'm feeling the Lilac pick. I'm actually feeling the Lilac pick.
I actually think I can understand why you'd say something like that.
Lilac,
considering the
really
platforms and the tilting stage.
Messes over Luigi's recovery.
Yeah, I imagine it would favour like a team of like Pit and Peach. Peach who can float, Pit with multiple jumps, as opposed to Toon Link who likes to hang around the ledge, which would be a little bit inconsistent and iffy considering the stage tilt, and versus Luigi with his neutral fireball game and with the platforms there kind of, you know, messing up his follow-ups.
And something really important as well is because Lilac tilts, it often means that Toon Link is forced to endure the tether glitch.
That's quite true.
Yeah. So now because that happens continuously on Lilac, it's often something that could really screw them over. But I'm not sure if Pop-Tart and B are aware of this. So they might look to play a bit more conservative, go to something they know, perhaps go back to the battlefield, maybe a Town and City or a Smashville coming out. I'm not sure. Dreamland 64 also available here, so on the counter
very
pick,
possible.
So again, it's completely down to them. Will we see the Smashville? Yeah,
okay, looks like they're going to Smashville.
So
interesting.
This, I feel like, doesn't favour any of these players right now. None of these particular characters can take advantage of Smashville.
Yeah, I would say no character in particular, at least in this format, doesn't benefit too heavily from the Smashville platform.
Yeah. Like if they were playing something like, say, a Sheik or a Zero Suit, I can definitely say that the Smashville probably is the best choice. But neither of these characters benefit, so maybe they just want, you know, play their game, take advantage of the fact that maybe they'll be able to land on the platform for, you know, stage control, and just really get into that. Now, B once again taking this really early damage.
Yeah, and that damage is, it's pretty much always coming from, and that's going to be again another early stock. Granted, this time it was from the forward smash from Anarchy, but B has got to stop losing her stocks so quickly.
Now,
and there's the
That
Gim.
won't kill, that won't kill. Now, Miller should know this, that does not work on Pit. You have to be really, really
very,
low, and
very
Miller
low.
never goes that low, so that'll never work. Now, a problem I'm seeing here that's happened every single game is literally B losing her first stock in the first 30 seconds of the game. Now, if she's playing someone like Lucario, it wouldn't necessarily be so bad, because you can abuse the fact you're a stock down, you get additional aura percentage, and you know, you score ham. But in this kind of scenario, I can't see this being favourable whatsoever.
Definitely not.
Now, do you notice here, Annie's really trying to control the stage against B. I think he's definitely looking for that early kill, 100%. They want to take the stocks off B and force Pop-Tart to, you know, go down lower and lower and lower. Make it smaller. Okay, he's never told me how to do this, but I'm going to take a guess. Okay. That's the smallest it will go.
Anarchy losing his first stock, and so is Pop-Tart. Miller holding on to his first stock, though.
Yeah. Okay, now, I do feel like they have definitely taken on the correct opponents here. If B does die to Luigi as a percentage, it won't be too bad. And there's the up air, taking Miller's first stock. They are at a big deficit, but you know, they've been at this deficit before. They might be able to clutch out again.
At the very least, as far as both of their second stocks, they both seem to be holding it down a little bit better this time. I'd want to see this a bit more.
Yeah.
There's there's the up
There's the
air.
up air, yeah. Because Peach is so floaty,
Yep.
it's really good for Annie to be able to land those consistently.
Very hard for Peach to kind of like try and air dodge through
Yeah,
it because of how
definitely.
active that up air is.
Yeah.
Easier for a character who fast falls a bit better, but Peach, considering she's really floaty,
Yeah.
it's not quite an easy thing to do.
Yeah, I agree 100%. That'll be
Pop-Tart losing his second stock as well.
Now they are quite far behind. Maybe a good gimp, maybe, you know, an early rage kill at the ledge, I don't know. But they need to be looking at every trick in the bag to try and bring this game back because they are
Yep.
basically 2 whole stocks behind
Yep.
right now. Oh, that was a good attempt by Miller, but I feel like he spaced it well enough to the point where the M-Mag was already coming out, so he
Yep.
can punish with the up out shield.
Definitely. Okay, gets the up smash. Oh, it just misses the up air.
Yeah, the up air didn't actually get the full hit, so it didn't actually, it wasn't able to kill Miller.
And there's the up B. Yeah, and this is pretty much done.
Yeah. It's
4
really
stocks to
unlikely.
1.
Unless
B
she
at
pulls,
90
like,
plus.
Yeah, unless she pulls like 5 bombs out of somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah,
Yep.
there we go. Yeah. Yep, excellent.
Nothing they could really do about
Yep.
that.
And now it'll be game 3 going to Milani, but commiserations to Pop-Tart and B. Both played very well. And
Took the
did tend
first
to
game
3.
very well, so...
Yeah. So it's job well done to them. Congratulations.